What's the word? Drillers and drillettes. MDO podcast, episode 21. What's that word, man? We don't we doing things different this morning. We won't be having no intro music because of crazy copyrights. And yeah, man, I'm not happy about that. We won't be able to have a long show today because of other background technical difficulties. But one thing about this podcast and one thing about the community here, um, we real vigilant, and we gonna push through. It's gonna be a long show, but we gonna push through. Um, this this show gonna be about we gonna be focusing on everything 051. But yeah, we won't for a little while. The only problem we've been having with the podcast has been music. So from here on out, we will be doing no more music reviews. And I know I said this before, we already got in trouble. But at this point, yeah, there's no more music on this channel at all. That's done. No more music reviews. We'll be talking about music artists, but we will not be playing any more music. Now, as far as clippings go, I have to go before we start the show. After the show is over, I'm gonna go and see about did I get in trouble for the Malaysian doll, or the G baby clip, the Asian doll clip. We don't know, but I ain't gonna lie. The problem we've been having with the show, the music, bro. So, because anybody who don't know, this was originally a music review channel, and this thing with the music, bro. I feel like if you really want to do anything with music, you gotta have a channel just for music, because that music shit. I don't know how old. See, my community is a lot of different age groups. So some of y'all was around for CDs, and some of y'all don't even know nothing about CDs. But one thing I'm gonna tell y'all is, with the death of CDs and with the birth of streaming, doing anything with music, if you're not associated with it, or if you don't have an amazing editor, I'm not an amazing editor. You gotta to do anything with music, you gotta have somebody who know how to do music. And when you give them, like, say you giving them a Little Dirk song, you gotta have a DJ like go in and take something out and put something in that when you put it on YouTube, you can't get in trouble with. Like basically they will be remixing it in a way. You feel me? But I ain't doing all of that right now. So right now we don't have no intro, and we gonna push through. But this won't be a long show, and we focusing on everything 051. So let's get it started, man. We'll be back in this thing. Episode 21, man. We in this thing early morning. I'm trying to get a lot done. I already got my door cleaned. Already got a nice little workout in. Then ran a couple miles. Ran a couple miles with him. So got my little 1.5 workouts. I'm trying to do 2 more later on. So I said, let me do the show now before Saturday really start. And hopefully we could do another stream in a little while. But yeah. So 051 Woo. There's been more. I've been so busy doing everything. Like, y'all, anybody who been paying attention to the show, I've been having it was a lot of projects that I couldn't get released, of course. And yeah, so we got some heat coming up, but we couldn't get them released. So yeah. But yeah, back to this 05. I'm only saying that because there has been updates with 051 Woo. And I promise you guys, after we've been covering the 051 Woo situation, not as tightly as I wanted to, because we've been covering a little bit of everything, especially the Jada and Lulu Looney situations. With now that's just a saga in itself. So we'll be touching on that again, but forget about that right now. So this is the scene where Woo tragically met his demise. And I don't know if I can, let me see if I can zoom in on the screen. Okay, I can't zoom in on the screen. But if you look a little bit above the arrow, right, you're going to see his hand. And where it looks like a little puff, that's just the lining of the jacket that he was wearing when he got shot. So I can't, matter of fact, can I enlarge the screen? I don't know if I can. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Okay, I can. All right. I'm trying to enlarge it. Now I gotta get behind the camera to see what you guys see. All right, we get into the jacket. Y'all see? Can y'all see? Hold on, let me move his hand. RIP 051 Woo. I'm not trying to we just trying to get a on this channel. We're just regular people trying to get an understanding of things, where they start, where they begin, how they happen, how we can avoid things. So by no means am I trying to clout chase off of Wu's death or anything. Got a lot of respect for him, and like when this happened, um I definitely was hurt because, like I said, I can't. Even though I love Vaughn, even though I love certain people in the drill culture, I never caught seven bodies, so I can't relate to them. And I'm not saying Wu didn't catch seven bodies, but what I am saying is, I can relate to a street nigga with a job, a little something, something. I can relate to a street nigga that go to school. I can relate to that. I'm not saying I'm a street nigga, and I'm not saying I'm not a street nigga. But what I am saying is, I can't relate to catching six hats, and I'm not judging nobody who did catch six hats. And I'm not saying Wu didn't catch six hats, but what I am saying, that's just not um the image that he gave me. Now, anybody who's a big 051 fan, when you see me, don't slap me up, and don't pistol with me, and then put like I did a lot of people. I ain't saying that. Now there's some sources that Wu. Hey, listen, I could be wrong, and I'm wrong almost all the time. And I'm not saying I'm wrong about I'm capping about the content. What I'm saying is, it was some reports after Wu died that Melly was the cool one and Wu was the real Grim Reaper. And I could be wrong about that. Some people will slap me for that, but like I said, we don't know. That's why when a lot of people try to hey, listen, I love Chicago, right? I love Chicago. I got a lot of people from there. My big homie go back and forth. Listen, my big homie got people in Chicago. That's all I'm saying. You gotta be careful sometimes when you talking, and remember that this is we not just we kicking it, but yeah, we live. But yeah, all right, so yeah, what I enlarged was, this is the scene where Wu met his tragic demise. And I'm right now, what I'm gonna do is, sometimes I come to you guys, I take long to do the show sometimes, because the one thing bad about doing YouTube is, the worst thing is when somebody come on your channel and they say, damn, this dude know what he's talking about, and then you go on the channel, I delete the video. But a lot of people, when they say things like, when the Wu situation first transpired, it was originally mixed up. We all thought it was the big, I don't want to call him a drug dealer, the big dude Zoe, who's known for being around the big dude Zoe from the rack, who is a mover and shaker, who got killed unalived. I want to say, they thought Wu was a part of that original party. Remember the guy in the green Lamborghini? Remember, if anybody don't know the original reports, because it was a lot going on that night. Let's go to another picture. Oh, hold on. So let me put the screen down now. Let me see what y'all can see. I want to make sure, because before the show started, this camera was giving me fits. So okay. So we just go into oh yeah, so basically what I was saying is, sometimes I come to you guys with the facts and with my assessment, and I take long to do the show because I want to let everybody talk their ish, and I want to give you guys just an honest opinion after the smoke clears. And if that costs me views, then so be it. It's no problem. I'm not, I'll rather give y'all quality other than quantity, if that makes sense. So what we're gonna be doing this morning, I'm not coming to y'all with no news with the 051 situation. We're not gonna have a long show because of background situation. We're not gonna have a 2-hour show today. We might have just the regular show, and that's I'm definitely gonna work on that. After this, I'm doing the show, and I'm working on the studio I'm building all at the same time today by myself, because I can't afford to pay help. A lot of times, and I'm not gonna tell you what race I am. It don't matter what race I am. It's all lives matter. But I'm gonna say this: when you pay people from the hood to help you, a lot of times that's just giving away money, bro. So what I could do is, I could just do this damn show, and I can do this shit by myself, bro. Instead of paying somebody to just work for an hour and then disappear and all that, I don't got time for that, bro. A lot of times, with the podcast, things take long because I be just doing the research by myself. And sometimes it's better that way, because now All the people that I had to pay before, I don't even have to pay them. I know how to edit. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. I know nobody will help you, bro. Nobody will help you. So, anyway, let's get back to I didn't like my spliff yet, but I wanna before I like my spliff, I wanna get to a couple. So basically, I keep not finishing my sentence. Basically, what we doing is I'm gonna be looking up what's going on with the new information with 051 Wu, and it's not gonna be a long show. Um, I should go to X Man Rico channel and because he was talking about it, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Shout out to X Man Rico and 16 Shining Visuals. Those my guys, man. Gave me a lot of support when I was starting on this thing. That's more than you can say for a lot of these clowns, but we on some positive ish today. I ain't gonna start clowning dudes. Even though y'all know that's my favorite thing to do is clown these dudes. But I'm trying to be kind of positive today. So this is Tommy's. This is the map for Tommy's, right? And like I said, matter of fact, we're gonna be doing another show today. This morning, all we doing with this particular show, and I think maybe the whole day we might focus on everything 051. Because like I said, I give a lot of attention to a lot of ish, and only reason I haven't been doing more gang stuff like I usually plan to do is because I just try to be versatile, bro. I could cover anything. I could talk about anything. So I try to provide I try to do a little bit of everything. But anyway, so this is Tommy's. We're gonna get a little bit closer, and I've seen this already. But for the people who haven't, I'm trying to see if they'll let me. Okay, so they kind of backwards. All right, let me do it. So this is Tommy's right here, and anybody who was watching the previous show we had on this, the one thing I didn't understand, the one thing I didn't know about Tommy's was now I'm toggling with the screen as we speak because I'm trying to show you some of the views that I've seen, and being that unfortunately now I know we don't have all the time in the world, I can't go to maybe the other Google Maps. I'm trying to see if I can maneuver while we in here. But I don't know how much time you guys have either, so that's how true it is. I'm trying to. I don't think they're gonna let me. So let me get out of here and see if. No, okay. So this I could get it maybe on. Okay, so this is a. Yeah, I would have to go to Google Maps, unfortunately. So this was Tommy's. Maybe I can go to Google Maps, or maybe not. So basically, what I was talking about with this whole Tommy's location, as you can see right here, I'm giving you this Tommy's location, and then we after I like my spliff, we might go to the real Google Maps. So if you're looking right here, this Tommy's location was more open than people originally thought. Well, no, it's more open than I originally thought. So, let's turn this music off. Nah, I'm sorry, no music. I ain't gonna lie, I don't care what it is right now, bro. I don't know. So, yeah, this was Wu. This is inside of Tommy's, and for anybody who was here for that original episode we covered up Wu, I don't want to sound redundant, but for the people who wasn't here, I'm just giving like a. Well, really, it doesn't matter if you was here or you wasn't here. This is just we looking on the inside of Tommy's, we looking on the outside of Tommy's, and instead of me coming to you guys with the information on the newest reports, the only new reports I had before I thought of even making a second show for the 051 Wu situation was that they had a young lady in custody for questioning, but then she was soon released, and I'm not even gonna cap with you, but I was hearing things just from people like Trenches News and other bloggers that was saying that she might not be safe. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I did much homework on the young lady. And I think, matter of fact, maybe I was smoking a blunt and I maybe looked up a little bit about the situation. But if I did, I only heard the same thing that everybody else knows, that the young lady was I'm trying to go outside of Tommy's for you guys. So this is no, this is not Tommy's. This is see this is where the mix up happens, right? Okay, so if right here, this is the original. This is everybody, and I took my video down. You see that green Lambo? This was what's his name? Yeah. Now people thought this was people thought this was Wu. And I could see where you would I could see where you people would get that mixed up, because both of them was leaving a public gathering. Both of them was got unalived by a car. So but hey, let me tell you, right? Yeah, I mean, I gotta make sure I check the time. I gotta make sure I check the time, bro, because every time we just I just get into it, and before you know it, it's 2 hours and change, and so I gotta make sure I keep I gotta make sure that I keep my clock of time that I know I don't have all the time in the world. So what I was gonna say, yeah, all right, so okay, so they both was unalived by a party, and they was both unalived by a car. I forgot what I was going. I forgot what I was gonna say. So I'm looking for the I'm still looking for though the outside of Tommy's, and I don't want to go to Google Maps. And what I'm basically what I'm trying to articulate to you guys was, no, this is not Tommy's. See, people got it mixed up. A lot of people got it mixed up. That's not Tommy's. That's the club where old boy Zoe got unalived. So basically, what I'm trying to say was that Tommy's area was a very open area. I was trying to show y'all on the map that Tommy, but I was trying, instead of showing you guys on the map, I felt like if I could get the area Tommy's, I could show you guys that was a four-way street. That Tommy's area is a very open area. I originally thought that Tommy's area, this is part of Tommy's right here. I originally thought that Tommy's area was I thought that Tommy's area originally was a place, like, how do you say it? Did my cousin have a sweet 16? You ever go to a party, or say you go to a sweet 16, right? Or say you go to a gathering like he went to, but you have to drive a little bit further away from, like, say you get off the highway, and it's like one of them spots that's in the background. That's what I originally thought Tommy's was, and when you look at it from this angle, that's what it looks like, but it's not though. And anybody that's from Chicago, y'all know better than people not from Chicago, right? But the people not from Chicago, I'm gonna tell y'all that from the angle when this first happened, and I don't want to sound redundant, we all thought that he was coming out. We all thought that they was coming out together, and shots went off, but he came up by himself. And from this angle, it would seem as if okay, because they said that down there was cops, like, okay, you see cops here now, but there was cops miles and miles and miles down. And when I say miles and miles and miles, I mean there was cops maybe 7 miles down when this happened, which is stupid, because I say, like, they'll say, okay, you're not paying us for security. Yeah, I'm not paying you for security, but instead of you guys going to the urban communities and harassing people, if you know there's a gathering, and it's not racial profiling, if you know there's a gathering with a lot of black people frequent, you could keep the car somewhat close. You can keep the car maybe 2 miles down, or maybe keep a car close. Because maybe if it was a car close, the killers would have maybe now this is the rack, so they maybe would have got down on the cops too. I ain't gonna never put nothing past the rack. Like, that's the one thing I will never do. But I want to say this: sometimes it's not about being a hero. It's just about being observative. So, yeah. Now I'm just trying to dig and find out any new information I can. crazy, bro. Arrow scary ass. Nigga will crush you. Um, I had to mess around and I had to mess around, blink the screen off and do some digging. But I don't wanna do y'all like that. Hey, that 051 Wu situation with this dude was tricky. Cause they was making videos that he had got shot.
That's how I went to some whole different shit. That's one of them spots that's busting out there. Like them get money over there. Yeah. Like them got dope minds. They do different. You know what I'm saying?
This is tricky, bro. This is tricky, bro. And I only say that situation was tricky because they was saying that I'm not saying who had anything to do with it. The situation was tricky because after the situation with Wu and which one of these blunts got it? This is my wood. I might like my other blunt first. After that situation transpired with Wu and Breezy, there was sources saying that he had a foot shot, and then there was sources saying he was going to jail, and then Wu gets unalive. I ain't saying they connected at all, cause I don't know shit. I don't know shit. But all I'm saying is, I mean, you from the trenches, or you got a brain. You don't gotta be from the trenches. You got a brain in your head. Matter of fact, now athletes in this world, I ain't gonna lie, it's just so much going on right now. Everybody doing so much. It can be connected. It may be not connected. But just let's just run down the series of events. So you see that they got the interview right here. And the only reason why I say that situation was tricky, I still don't like my spliff yet. Only reason why I say that situation was tricky is because, number one, I'm the worst. Now, let me see if I can rewind it a little bit for y'all. You see how, now if y'all peep, y'all probably didn't peep, right? I'm gonna put my hand right here. Look, right here. This where Wu was creeping from right here. We're gonna play it again. Me, how they let him get that? How they let him get that close? They was just too. I would just stop talking. You see it? Look, wait, boom, hold up. Take my blunt off the screen. Look, you see when he walk in here, or you see when all this is going on here. This is where the interview stopped. That's where the interview would have stopped right there. Look, see that? That's when he coming up. That's where the interview stopped. I'm not telling him to do nothing, but I'm just saying for me. And if I know what I'm into, and I know where I'm at, this is where the interview kind of stopped for a minute. Cause look, he was still talking to Wu. Look, Wu done came up on him. Like, now, I'm not gonna stay on that situation too long, but I have to in order to do a breakdown or we doing an analysis because we don't really know anything. That's what I always say. Oh, like anybody know anything about the streets? If you wasn't there, you really don't know. That's my motto. So when people try to say, "Oh, you not from here," or "You not doing this," and "You not," shut the fuck up, bro. You from there, you ain't doing much either. And I ain't gonna name names who we talking about because we trying to be positive, but he get on my nerve. Like he kind of goaded in a way, but I'll be like, sit down, my nigga. You ain't running around the rack like that, bro. You ain't running around the rack like that because niggas would have took your fucking noodle off, dude. Anyway, I just was pointing out while we doing a breakdown of the whole Wu situation. I was pointing out that whole Wu situation was tricky because, you know, Breezy had a mysterious foot shot. Then him and what's dude name? Him and what's boy name? They get indicted. And I'm not saying who had nothing to do with that because I don't think he did. We don't know what's going on, but all I'm saying is it was a lot going on around the time of when Wu passed away. Yeah, man.
What What you mean?
Hey, I don't want to sound redundant, right? And I know I don't have all the time in the world. Matter of fact, so I'm gonna just give me just one more minute to talk about this because I know we got a short show today, and I can't just really just chill. And I still haven't lit my split, so I gotta speed up. So I just want to say one more thing, right? And I'm the king of getting stuck on shit. So, all right. So we know that 051 and 600 share that part. And the only part that kind of bugged me out was, hold up. Matter of fact, maybe let me hear what they saying. Hold up, because I be sometimes you gotta me. I'm the type of person like you know you have an argument with one motherfucker. You gotta you be thinking about what somebody said just so you could break down what they saying. Hold on, let me.
What's up? What's up?
Damn, tweet.
What's going on? All right.
He said we blogging, we doing a pod. Hey, he said this is my shit, but from this is now look, I don't know shit about shit. I was just with the understanding that I always had the understanding that a good majority of that park, I was always with the understanding of 600 and 051 shared that part. They 051 had one part and 600 had one part, and the part that they was vlogging on was 600 part. That's what I was under the assumption of. But obviously Wu don't feel that way. So I don't know what's
What you mean? Me, bro. What's up? What's going on?
And he said we doing a blog. He said, well, he said with me, what's up? So it sounds like they're not supposed to be over there. I'm just trying to break down the series of events and see if there's anything I missed or because I don't need a nigga with a mask to tell me nothing. I got my own brain. You heard? That ass. Well.
I ain't seen you. Yeah, I did. I put a picture up. You did. I ain't seen that.
Hey, let me tell you something. For all my young YNs that's gonna watch this, in the future, my future YNs is gonna watch this. Sometimes a lot of people want to be Vaughn, but you might have to be Breezy. You might have to just be in the mix, but never really get into nothing. And I don't want to I'm not trying to diss Breezy. I rock with Breezy. Let me not say that too, because we don't know what these dudes do behind the scenes. It would appear as if, but you don't hear him catching no bodies, nothing. But he still be getting into shit. But all I'm saying is, just try your best to suck your taco, bro. Because this shit ain't, man. Try to get a girlfriend. Not saying get a girlfriend, but get a girl that's down for you. Ladies, get a guy that's down for you. They don't gotta be a girlfriend. They could just be somebody you close to. And keep your circle tight, man, because out here, niggas ain't playing fair. So anyway, we might have to go to YouTube because we might have to go to YouTube because on here, nah, this is not it either. We might have to go to YouTube because it's taking us too much time on IG. So let's go to YouTube because we might have to go to YouTube. I know I don't have a lot of time. All right, so let's go to YouTube, bro. Okay. I just go to on this podcast we go to all of the websites because a lot of times I could just go. Sometimes I could go to IG and I can find something real easy. So shout out to X-Man Rico. That's my bro. We're gonna go to his channel because I know he was talking about the Wu situation. X-Man Rico. Oh, hey, go follow X-Man Rico, bro. He goated, good dude, positive dude. That's the bro right there. Him and 16 Shining Visuals, good dudes, bro. Great content creator. He then made some amazing interviews. I don't know if I talked to him and he gave me the green light to do the the Kill Bill. We're gonna be doing the Kill. Maybe tonight or tomorrow. We're gonna do the Kill Bill pod, but I'm just doing a lot. I'm doing a lot. And I'm trying to build this. I'm building my studio today. I've been building it, but I'm just doing a lot, bro. So I'm looking for. Here it goes. 7 days ago. That's about right. All
right. Yeah, let's get on it.
Yo, y'all know what it is, y'all know what it ain't. Phonem and Phonemets. I don't know if y'all seen the footage that's been circulating online right now, but it's the aftermath of 051 Wu being shot and killed at Tommy's nightclub, man, or Tommy's Lounge in the Hundreds out there in Blue Island and shit. And, you know, allegedly, everything's alleged. Apparently somebody dropped Wu's low. You know, they approached him, act like they fucked with him, but they really didn't. And then you just figure out how shit went from there. That probably explains why he was in the club. He was a little uncomfortable when he kind of started thinking and putting two and two together, like, type shit. And before this footage even came out, I've heard that this footage existed, and somebody described to me like the details of the horrific incident. You know, allegedly, Wu was killed with a Draco, and they told me to be some damage to the right leg. You know, different, you know, a few different, you know, bullet holes in his head. And when you watch the footage, I don't know, I'm not gonna upload it. I'm not gonna put it on my social media, nothing like that. But you can see that somebody, man, they did my boy dirty. They did him dirty, gang. And I just wonder what was his last thoughts. Like, his dad was there, his whole family was there, and they had to witness. Their son damn near, like, his leg was damn near removed. So, like, if you watch the footage, it looked like his right leg was almost gone. And you can see the damage to the rest of his body, bro. And honestly, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but like since Zoo died, I said this in the last video, it's like a leather belt, just been dropping from out the sky. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Like they not playing, bro. You know what I'm saying? They.
Hey, I don't want to get religious on y'all because I'm not the most religious person. But I'm going to say something, right? So, wait, hold on. So, right? There was a time, and I don't, like I said, this is just a theory. I be thinking it'd be like spirits going around doing shit sometimes, right? And then just hear me out, right? Because, or not, if not spirits, that, and we're gonna get more into the mystical realm shit too. But if not spirits that could do physical things, I'll be feeling like, I don't want to say, I'll be feeling like there's all right, in the media when stuff happened, there's a group like the people who hit Wu up wasn't even THF. It was some people that just wanna further keep the cycle going of, because the more the drill war goes in, all right, boom, a drill, somebody gets drilled in Chicago, then somebody makes a song about it. The powers that be, that energy, they get the energy, they get the money, and they get the further continuance of the urban community being misled and everything else. So basically, what I'm just trying to articulate is when Melly got killed and when Melly got unalived, maybe 051 did do a little bit of sliding, but let me tell you, all the people that was getting belted, I don't think that was 051, bro. I don't think it was. And some people say, nah, you bugging. Yeah, I might be, but all I'm just saying though, it was just like it was so many people dropping during that time, bro. Cause my grandmother died during that time. R.I.P. her, man. One of the most gangster ladies you ever meet. But when Melly died, there was just a wave of people. It was about so many bodies dropping, and I said, damn, like, okay, we know. I mean, there was also reports like around that time. It was weird because this was a weird time also because it was the time of the. A lot of people didn't talk about it, but during that time, 2 years ago, that war with O Block, TW, and 051, that was weird. But some people said O Block and 051 teamed up to wipe out TW, but nah, I don't think so. I think it was literally like they all three was playing tag, and you know, it just so happened though, TW was the odd man out because they had beef with, they just, like I said, TW took out Melly and T-Roy. So they just end up going against two powerhouses. That was basically like the Minnesota Timberwolves going against I don't want to say the Lakers, but just two good the Minnesota Timberwolves going against OKC and the Lakers. They had to go against two powerhouses that was just as strong as them. So that shit just wore them down. That's how I feel. It wasn't like 05 people. I hate the narrative that in the streets there is no such thing as more gangster. It's just about opportunity. Okay? So that's why I tell people to stay out the streets. You could be a gangster you want to be. Somebody see you come out the store before you see them. It's over. It don't matter all the points that you got. It don't matter, bro. That's why I try to stay in my lane and I try to tell people, man, stay on the sidewalk, bro. Don't even jump off that porch. Don't jump off that porch. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to lie about having to go in the house. To my YNs. Don't be afraid to go in the house an hour early. Nobody gonna bail you out. That jail food is nasty. I know. I'm telling you. Go in the house early and be with the people who really care about you. You might have 1 or 2 friends that really care about you, but don't get caught out there, man. It's easy to, let me tell you, when I caught the biggest case in my life, it's easy to get in trouble. It's hard to get out, bro. It's hard to get out of trouble, bro. So, this was not what I wanted necessarily. I don't think this was new information. So maybe let's go through his channel and see if that was 7 days ago, so maybe I went back too far. It's 3 weeks ago. So, no, hold up. Maybe we can go to Hookah Anonymous. He be talking his ish too. Go follow anybody. I'm gonna follow some dope content creators. Hookah Anonymous, X-Man Rico, and 16 Shot Individuals, bro. I'm trying to usually the only reason I'm not prepared this morning is because I woke up. If I would have got prepared, I wouldn't be able to do the show. So I still had to work out and do a lot today. When I got that done, but I want to get one of the shows done, so I couldn't do my research. Shout out to J-May. I'm trying to see. With Hookah Anonymous, you gotta be careful. This dude can do a lot of content too. Oh, what's this? 2 days ago? This not it. Hey, on a side note, let's talk about new footage. That was 7 days ago also. Damn, I don't want to be redundant. Hey, I want to talk about G Herbo a little bit. That's for a side note. And I know I got to check the show. It's bad that I can't check while I'm doing the show how much time. Matter of fact, we just going to end the show at, probably end the show at 45 minutes and be safe. Because we don't want the whole show to get deleted. So that's why we're not doing 2-hour shows right now. Because for some reason, every time we get past that 158 mark, the show has a... I have bullish equipment, so the show has a chance of being deleted. So right now, with the copyrights and everything going wrong, I'm trying to stay as positive as I can, bro. So yeah, I want to talk about G Herbo for 1 second, right? Wait, where he at? Bring your ass here, boy. Nah, I rock with Herbo.
Were you admitted to any New York Juvenile Detention Center when you were younger? You need to know that a global settlement...
Now, before I get into this G Herbo topic, and I'm not necessarily done with the Wu topic, but I want to talk about just G Herbo for a second. For YouTube, copyright purposes, this is a reaction-based channel. We react to everything, drill, music, and media. Well, not music right now. I'll be lying to y'all. We react to everything, drill, hip-hop, and media. And this is not my content. We are strictly a reactionary podcast. We react to everything in the culture. So, yeah. So this is Hookah Anonymous. And my thoughts on Herbo, he has sort of... And don't smack me for this. Don't smack me for this. This is my opinion. He has sort of took on the... He has sort of took on the crown of Chicago since Dirk left, in a way. And he already had the Song of the Summer. But since, and this is sort of how Patrick Mahomes always kept Josh Allen out of that number one spot in a way. Little Dirk kept Free Schmirk. Little Dirk kept G Herbo always in that second, third place in my opinion. He always was. He always kept it always was no chance of the spot that G Herbo has now that he's struggling to maintain. And I'm not trying to put him down, but the spot that G Herbo has now that he's struggling to maintain, that spot was eluding him for the simple fact that Dirk kept coming up short. Like, say if there was a 1 through 5 spot, Herbo would be maybe 5, 4, and Dirk will always have that one spot. We don't have much time. The show is almost coming to an end. We only have a few more minutes, so we're not gonna get into number 1 through 5. But maybe that's maybe we could touch on that 1 through 5 spot later. We're gonna do another podcast after I handle some business, work out again, and go see what's up with the studio, so I can bring y'all better, longer content. So before we leave though, we're gonna talk a little bit still about Herbo, and we're gonna finish. I guess we didn't find what we wanted to about Wu on this episode, so I'm gonna do my homework after this and just come to y'all with the information. But it's like I said, Herbo has been struggling with this number 1 spot that he has acquired since the incarceration of The Voice, Lil Durk, and I want to say this, right? Let's just say Herbo is fake. I don't think he's fake, because anybody that comes from the slums and you dodging bullets and you in that gangway, hey, that's real enough for me. That's real enough for me. Trust me. He actually got shot. He lost blood over this shit. He lost his best friend. So, but let's just say he's not as street as people say. Hey, bro, so you gotta fake it till you make it sometimes, and it would help. It would behoove him to not be real. Maybe this would be the best time not to be real. Maybe he can get sort of that Dirk number 1 spot, but with that Chief Keef, what's the word? I'm trying to think of a word for it. Like fan lore, and because he already has the clout. He was out when Drill. I in my opinion, he don't get his fair shake. But with the incarceration of Little Dirk, he now will get the look that he wants. And I say that because he just had a project that came out. And with that project coming, like usually Herbo, I love Herbo. Love Herbo. Don't get that. I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist, so I'm just talking to y'all real. Herbo makes good projects, and people did pay attention to the projects that Herbo was releasing, but he didn't really get the eyes that an artist would want to get. Now, I'm not talking about me and you, who listen to music, paying attention to his music and getting it. What I mean is, at certain artists, especially at a certain point in their career, they want a certain look. And like I said, Dirk was always beating him out for that look. Now he's getting that look. And what I mean by getting that look, and I'm not trying to be offensive, what I'm saying is, with Dirk being incarcerated, his talent or his songs don't have to be better for him to get new eyes or more eyes. Now, with having that number 1 spot in the rap, due to seniority and due to him still being an amazing artist, don't get it twisted. I mess with Herbo. Trust me, I rock with Herbo. That song he made, Black, like that's I had to go black for a moment. Noah, he went off. Like, trust me. So I know my Herbo. This is the GD situation. I'm not tripping about that situation. This is what I say. A lot of dudes is fake out here, bro. And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not really like that much. That's cool. This is not a big community. I'm not really here to be like. I'm gonna be real. A lot of niggas be fake, bro. And a lot of opinions be from niggas who just be phone fighting. Cause if a lot of y'all, if I just come up and smack the shit out of one of y'all won't do nothing. And I'm not talking to my viewers. I'm just saying, a lot of y'all, if y'all walking in the street and if a nigga that look like if a nigga that I don't want to say Arrow, if a nigga that look like Ike Munna or Enki D, come up to y'all and nobody ever, okay, if you with your girl, some of y'all fight. If you with y'all mans, y'all do something. But if a nigga like Inky D or a nigga tall, let's say a regular size body, a nigga like C-Day, come and smack the shit out of y'all. I'm not talking about the person, but I'm just talking about the body type. A lot of niggas wouldn't do shit, and I'm not talking about the viewers. I'm just talking about the regular. I know the streets, and I know niggas. If niggas ain't around to see it, niggas just walk away from that shit. I swear to God they would. Dead ass. So when they be on here talking about, oh, you should have did this and you should have did that, no, nigga, go make it home, nigga. Make it home, nigga. If a nigga gonna throw the rakes up or crack trays, if you pay $100 to come see me perform, you can do whatever you want to do. A lot of niggas just be phone fighting, bro. They won't do shit in real life. So, you know, luckily I'm not rich and famous because I don't care what a nigga say about me. As long as a nigga don't touch me, now if you make me feel threatened, whatever I do after that, that's on me. But for the most part, it should be about nothing. Like,
Alright, y'all, now this is why sometimes silence is golden, why sometimes things are better left unsaid, because when you open your mouth, or in this situation you type, you open the door for other narratives to start being pushed, rather than if you would have just stayed silent, then it just would have been what it been. Nobody would have been talking about it. And with that being said, we're going to talk about G Herbo, who recently had a walkthrough at a venue, and one of the guys that was in the crowd, of course, was being overly disrespectful. Now, like I said before, if G Herbo would have just left it alone, it wouldn't have even been what it is now. But now everybody's talking about it once again because he gave energy to the situation. And this is how it starts. Now, for one, to be honest with you, you would think that G Herbo is too big of an artist to even care about somebody trying to be disrespectful because they're trying to go viral. And he would...
I'm not gonna stop the show, but I'm gonna stop this right here because I'm gonna stop it right here because I've been getting a lot of copyright strikes and all this shit, and this shit got me like heated. One thing I don't like to do, I'm like a naturally angry person, so I don't like to wake up angry. I try to be happy as I can, and waking up to copyright strikes because of bozos, not calling Hookah Anonymous a bozo, but because other bozos, that shit just put me in a, you know, I do a lot every day, so I don't need unnecessary stress. So I'm gonna talk about the situation. We already let him talk enough. I don't want to get in no more trouble. And since we already 2 minutes past the mark of what we were supposed to stop at, we're gonna rock out for a little bit longer. But I know I can't go too hard because we'll get the whole show deleted and this will be for nothing. So, I'm not mad at Herbo. And I'm not just talking. We not talking about just this. We talking about all of the incidents, the F the streets, all of the incidents that he's been going through in the last couple months. The J Doggy, the Big Op, the response to the hood, like I said, it's been a lot going on. Like I said, if you wanna be honest, if you wanna go with the word, if somebody was asking me to give my answer on what some of you guys would give him a score at from 1 to 10, a lot of the streets would give him 5 points wins, 5 points losses. But me, I would give him more wins than losses. I'm gonna tell you why. If you want to be a real nigga, you're gonna sit in a real jail. And I'm not saying be fake, but what I am saying is the part, like, okay, so when a lot of rappers say this is what they give me the impression, like, oh, if we give money back to the hood, we'll get indicted, we'll get set up in a RICO. So maybe they can give money to, maybe they could give some family members money, maybe they could do a couple things, but can they really go in the hood and say, you know, we're gonna open up a daycare with full everything, and then we're gonna open up a school right here with this, and I'm gonna pay. Will they get in trouble for that? I don't know. That's a show. That's for another show, and I'm gonna do digging on that. So, the only reason I bring that up is because that was the whole issue that J Doggy had. Now, this is what I want to say with the J Doggy, not J Doggy. What's his name? J Doggy, J something. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one who just got killed, unalive. And I've learned this from my life where I'm at now. and I try to be this way, right? Sometimes when as men we hear things and we don't like when Herbo. I feel like this, right? I don't want to say Herbo was on his high horse, but now you know we're gonna be here for another couple minutes because this is now let's break down relationships. Let's break down, and I don't mean relationships like just your girl and your girlfriend, boyfriend. I mean relationships, all relationships. Your mother, your father, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your best friend, your side chick, your side nigga, your weed dealer, your everything. The person that you buy the store you go to every day, the person that make your food. Let's break down relationships. J Doggy was one of Cairo and Herbo's little homies back in the days. Like I said, I know this drill shit. This is a lot of y'all don't for the young YNs, y'all won't know J Doggy. Y'all won't know him. But for those of you who've been in this shit and those of you who know the research on this, you know he been around. He just caught a robbery charge and he had to do 10 years in jail. And them 10 years that he was locked up, of course hearing what's going on in the streets, and he got out. He was not happy to, hey, listen, they say nobody don't owe you nothing, but I'm gonna say this, right? Hey, if you put me in your video and you talking about my nigga Stoney, I was with my nigga Stoney. We was in them, and you got, listen, when I get out of jail, nigga, put me on, give me an opportunity. It's not like it was somebody who you didn't know, you know. And nobody don't owe you nothing, but you know, when you get out of jail, when you do 10 years and you gotta get out of jail and then go back to trapping, that shit hit different because I'm gonna give y'all a little insight on street niggas, right? Not all street niggas, but some real street niggas. A lot of street niggas, once you done did a lot of time and you finally get out, you know, you got that little fresh week to be a baby again. Not a baby, but you know, you got to see what's going on. You got to see what's what. But then after a week, you know, after 8 days, you know that you got that Monday, then you got that next Tuesday, then life start hitting you and it's like, okay, I just got out of jail. What I'm gonna do for money? I done seen everybody. I done got my, you know, whatever chick that missed me, she done gave me some buns. Whatever person that rocked with me, they done gave me some bread. But this ain't gonna last as far as people just giving me shit and being happy to see me. Now I gotta start making some money. And then you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach, like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna... Now, if you're lucky enough to have a friend that could give you a little construction job, you lucked out. Now you done lucked out. Now you done lucked out. So the story's over. You can cut the shit off now. You don't got to hear nothing else I got to say. You lucked out. But if your story don't go like that, and you don't got a girlfriend with a good job you coming home to, a mother that's retired from working for the city that could hold you down for a minute, a homeboy that's getting it that could tell you, oh, lay up. Just say, stay tough. I got you. If you don't got none of that and you got to get back in this field after doing 5 years, anytime, you get a feeling in the pit of your stomach. Maybe not for a long time, but for most people, that first day you get a pit, because you know you're putting yourself back in the mix. You know, now I'm making myself eligible to go back to jail. Everything that I said that I wasn't gonna go back to jail, now that I'm getting back involved with this and or hanging around these people places and things, now I'm putting myself back in that. The chance of this being a black man in America, being a black man in America coming outside, your chances of going to jail is maybe, I want to say, let's say 35%. Let's say 35%. Being a black male coming outside in a gang or being involved in any street shit, that goes up to, let's say 53%. Let's say 53. You get where I'm going with this? So now just being back in the mix, you have 53% probability of going back to jail. Now you back in the mix and now you got beef. That should go up to 73. No, that should go up to 80. So I'm just, but what I'm basically trying to articulate is, if you get that feeling like, damn, I'm back in this shit, you know. And J Doggy had to have a little bit of resentment towards Herbo, because as a man, you like, I got my pride. I don't want to ask this nigga for nothing. I don't want to beg for nothing. But I know he probably thinking, damn, I just did 10 years, my nigga. I just did 10 years, bro. I just did 10 years, bro. I need to get away from here for a little while. Or if you gonna leave me in the hood, at least take me with you for a little while and then set me out so I could come back and just be. Now, maybe other niggas setting them out. So don't listen to me. I'm just giving you an example because I'm with the idea of if he came out and Herbo gave him even 50 bands, I don't know if he would have went on that tirade, maybe, but I don't know. But see, that's why I say I'm just giving you a little bit of an example because he may be being street. He may have been a street nigga who's really about his community and wanted Herbo to do more. We don't know what, but I'm in the mindset of Herbo didn't give him shit because when they had that video for Herbo's original press run, it was a situation where Jay came to the video shoot and wanted to talk to her. Now, this is where I say also where timing sometimes. Okay, sometimes like let's compare the situation to the OTF Jam Little Durk situation. Jam was just as right as Jay was. Jay Doggy or whatever his name was. But the way Jam was talking to Durk, unfortunately, even though he was right, you can't talk to Durk that way. Like, I'm not saying I'm just giving you. I'm not saying you can't. Like, he's the king or nothing. I'm just giving you an example of real life. Like, he gonna look at you like, yeah, you a killer, but I'm Durk, nigga. I don't listen. You a killer, but I'm Durk, so you better watch your tone. As a matter of fact, you ain't even getting paid. That came back to bite him, I think. We don't know yet. Free Smirk. And this is the same situation with Herb. Jay Doggy came up to the video shoot, and I don't know how he asked to talk to Herb, but I think maybe he wanted to talk to Herb about his same issues that he had that he came with IG Live, and Herb was basically probably looking like, first of all, I got to talk to you. Second of all, if you want to talk to me, it's listen. I'm not a D-Rider. I'm not trying to be a glazer, right? But I'm just be real. If you going up to somebody like G Herbo or any celebrity, you can't say, that's like me saying, yo, 50 Cent, come the fuck over here. I want to talk to you, nigga. Come over here, nigga. I want to talk to you, man. What you think his response gonna be? You know? But yeah, so with the G Herbo situation, how he's been handling being at this number one spot in the rap, and when I say number one spot, this is my opinion. I think I'm going off a body of work. I'm going off of clout. I'm going off of a lot of different factors for me to give him the number one spot. Yeah. So listen, NDO Podcast episode 21. Love y'all. We will be trying to do another show tonight. We out of here, man. Love y'all. Peace.